Now, the Economic Times says that confusion over your stocks, and I quote, underscored a deeper risk for investors in such stocks owned by opaque entities. Now, that's also a key concern which has been raised. There are allegations over a lack of transparency over the three Mauritius-based funds that have a huge stake in your group. So specifically, the question is Adani aware of the antecedents of its key foreign portfolios?
I think that's for the, again, it's a question which is for the regulatory authorities to look at. The central point that you raise, Vishnu, is the issue that you highlight out of Economic Times. I think we genuinely, as community and as business leaders, have to be careful of the words we use. That kind of tabloid commentary in a leading financial daily is not appropriate, because first thing is that we lot of our securities of the said companies, Adani Green Energy, Adani Transmission, Adani Ports, are registered as 144A Reg S securities.
Yes.
Our transparency certificates, we look at a simple certificate of reporting which we report every 6 months. It runs into well over 20 pages. It is one of the most comprehensive disclosure certificates of any company in the country.
Right.
I'm happy to have any one of our verticals measured against any entity listed in India, on any stock exchange in India, against transparency and disclosure.
Right. So
this is a clear via you to your audience, a clear that if somebody can say that our disclosures are even remotely different or in quality from any entity listed on the stock exchange, I will get it rectified immediately, but it won't be the case.
Got it. So therefore, when I asked you whether you are aware of the antecedents of the three foreign portfolio investors in question, can I say yes, entirely? I mean, you know about the background of these companies which have invested so heavily in the Adanis.
We are aware to the fact that they are investors with us. We don't specifically go and check, because it's not a KYC that we check the KYC of anybody who invests. That is done separately by a separate regulatory body. These entities have been investors in our incubation company, Adani Enterprise, way back since well before 2010. Yes. And what has happened is, Vishnu, is that since 2010, in 2015, we demerged APSEZ from AEL. So these entities got their proportion of shares. Then we demerged APL. Then we demerged Adani Transmission, Adani Green Energy, and then Adani Total Gas. So as the demergers happened, all shareholders of Adani Enterprise kept getting the proportion of shares, because these are vertical demergers. Yes. And therefore, it's not that there's new investments have come in or anything like that. It's purely that they were one-time investors who, due to the virtue of vertical demergers, continue to be investors. And other point to note here is that, like any investor said, what we want to look at is the underlying business performances. See, the central question in all of this comes that somehow there is a set of investor or entities or values. Here, the core aspect is on the performances of underlying businesses. So if you just indulge me for 1 minute, look at Adani Ports. Annual growth rate over double digits and market leader. So I would just simply say this: you take India's best IT company, India's best FMCG company, India's best bank, and you put Adani Port or Adani Green or Adani Transmission alongside them.